Okay, welcome back to the Exillian Expanse. We are finding ourselves in the capital city of Sabzathal, which is currently at war with your home realm of Cyrusia. The city, Astrafel Numis, very much more magic and technology orientated. We followed you guys as you left the ruins and entered into the city. There was almost like a TSA-esque check-in that you saw everyone sort of declaring what items they were passing through the city, and there was a special note that they were keeping their eye on things of divine origin and very much powerful artifacts to some degree. Thankfully, a little... I was going to say divine, but he's not. A little mischievous intervention from someone's patron allowed you to bring all of your things into the city, where you found yourselves a nice tavern that you were going to stay in, as well as had a little shopping spree. You made your way to the marketplace, this sort of mishmash of silks and materials, a bazaar in this Oasis city. Some of you interacting with people who were speaking your language, and others very much not so, as you encountered a couple of people that could not speak common at all. Instead, they were speaking some old dialect of Celestial, some version of Celestial. Geo picked himself up, I believe, a new set of armor, so a sort of something a little bit nicer for the environment that you find yourselves in. Larea shifting her clothes to suit the environment that you are now in as well. And Ku, on a very both high perception and classy, smooth talking, managed to get himself a heavy repeating crossbow with a little bit extra. The sort of details of magic inscribed enchantments and runes that are now on that crossbow that he has. Given all of this, do we think that Bellini would have been with them, or do you think he would have done something else whilst they were shopping? What have you been up to?
Bellini loves to go shopping.
Okay.
Bellini did hold the bags for a little bit until he found an item he wanted, and then when the bags got too heavy, he handed them to Geo, because Bellini is a weak little baby boy.
Okay. So in this marketplace, what were you keeping your eye out for in particular? What sort of... so you see a lot of... some of the shops are actual buildings, other pieces of them are like tables or displays, or as Larea discovered, just a person sitting on a crate with a load of silks around her. It is very much a mishmash of different styles, for sure.
Bellini's looking to see, does my uncle have a branch of the mafia in this city?
Ooh. Excellent question. Make me a perception or investigation as you're making your way around the market.
It's gonna be a perception because my investigation is stinky poo poo. That is a 6. Oh, I have advantage on perception checks. Perfect. That is a 16 plus 6, a 22.
You sort of exhaust every option that you can think of where they would be, so you confirm that he does not have a branch in this city.
Okay. Dang. I was hoping to cut a deal. That being said, as I search, Bellini's looking for a couple of like specific genre of items. bags of tricks, um, magic shields, anything that can make him a little beefier, even if it's just like a +1 or +2 shield. And then an immovable rod or a helm of comprehend language. Like that's the kind of genre of item Bellini is out here looking for. Your novelties, your wondrous items, your odds and ends that people go, these exist.
Yeah, exactly. So are you specifically looking for a stall or a shop that is I don't want to say knickknacks because they're quite high level, but essentially not specific
Yeah, I'm looking for the dude who's like
skills.
the kind of snake oil salesman-y looking guy who definitely
Gotcha.
carries all these items. Not that I want him to give me snake oil salesman prices, but the guy who's like, this rod, it's immovable. You click the button and it stays there.
Okay.
Because you never know when you're going to get swallowed by something, and then you just activate the rod and it rips it in half.
Let's see if...
Or the very obvious magic shield salesman.
Yeah. Okay. Make me an investigation because you're being very specific about trying to find the place that isn't a trade, if you get what I mean. So, for example, Larea went looking for seamstresses and like things like that, and we had an armorer and then a weaponsmith. But you're just kind of looking for a guy selling weird stuff.
I got a 19 plus 0, 19.
19. Okay, on a 19, you will
investigation,
find...
Yeah, plus 0.
Did I give this guy a name? No, I didn't. Yeah, on a 19, I'd say you find almost exactly what you're looking for. Like you're looking for odd things, like just something that just doesn't look classy or like stylish or with any sort of branding. You find the storefront with like old copper pipes disappearing into the windows. Inside you can, on the like this building has some form of glass display, and you can see like masks and lanterns and weird tools and some sort of mechanical limbed object. As you go in, you can see sort of an elderly goblin, grayish, greeny skin, just a tuft of braids, and a layered coat that is every pocket available has been filled with something. What... Can you make me a... Are you going to... Let me start again. Are you going to approach him, or are you just going to have a little browse around?
I'm going to do a quick... I'm going to like stand in the middle of a room and slowly turn and see what I can find. And then after I do that quick, like, you just kind of stand there and turn. I'm going to turn and reach my hand out and go, "Hi, I'm Tortellini. Very nice to meet you."
Okay, make me a perception. We'll see what you can see around you.
I can also see into the ethereal plane, so I have that ability as well. Because my robe, I can see in every direction at once. Thank God for advantage on perception and checks. There was a 1 and a 18 plus 6, 24.
Okay. You can see, you're sort of looking around, there's just all sorts of tat. There's like big tomes that you would reckon only Geo could carry. There's some sort of weird set of glass vials with some potions that have either been there too long, and that's what they're meant to look like. They're just kind of like crusted the edge of the rim. You can see a glass orb on a stand that is just inactive, you would guess. You can see some sort of I don't want to say, I was going to start describing it, but you can see a rod of some kind, sort of battered. You can see it's inlaid with different pieces of metal. You can see some sort of little clockwork beetle that sort of scuttles along the desk that has a tag attached to its leg, as well as some sort of it looks like a teapot.
I'm immediately drawn to the teapot.
Okay. Can you make me either make me an Arcana check.
16. And is this still with wisdom or is it base intelligent?
This is intelligence.
Great. 16.
It looks like some form of teapot that is self-immolating, as in it can heat itself up without the necessary requirement of fire.
Oh, Bellini can do that. Never mind. Bellini immediately walks away from the teapot. That is the thing Bellini can do. There's a rod, you said, a bag.
There's a rod, there's a bag, there's a weird clockwork beetle, there's some feathers, there's a pair of boots, there's what appears to be a wooden
I'll
boat.
look at... I don't need a boat. I can swim. And breathe underwater. I'm going to look at the rod, and the bag and the boots. And then I'm going to talk to this man.
You watch as the goblin is sort of like looking at you as you don't say anything at first and you're just looking around.
I did introduce myself.
Yeah, but this you're doing the view first and then talking to him.
Sure.
Yeah. Yes. As you introduce yourself, he's like just sort of like looking at you absent-mindedly, sort of smiling, and nods his head as you say that. Can you roll me an insight check?
Yeah, I'm good at those. 12 plus 6, 18.
It's the face or the look of someone that wants to please his customers, but he's not sure what you want from him.
I'm looking, and then I will ask you some very specific questions. Yeah, I like to peruse, and then eventually I won't shut up. So, take that as you will. Tortellini had a lot of time on the road to self-actualize and learn things about himself.
Okay. Perusing. What are we looking at first?
The rod, then the bag, then the boots.
Okay. The rod. I've got to make sure this is right. Yeah, so for the rod, make me another Arcana check, and this is using your intelligence.
That's not as good. That's a 10.
It's... You don't see... The only thing you don't see is any form of button or runes that would signal some form of a movable rod. So you know it's not what you were looking for. But you know it's magic. Not sure what it does. Same again for the bag.
Is it a bag of beans?
Bag of beans.
Is it a bag of magic beans? That's a 14.
Okay, on a 14, you can see
Bag of
it's sort
mashed
of
beans. Bag of
tied
mashed beans.
with some form of silver cord. 14. You can't. You're not. I'd say you can't be confident in this, but it looks like it has objects in it for sure.
Ooh, bag of beans or a bag of tricks. Ooh, ah. Um, and then the boots.
Yes, the
I'll roll
boots.
Arcana.
Go for it.
That's a 3.
They look real nice. You can see that there's sort of a very beautiful like reddish burgundy color with like gold inlay. They look really, really nice. You have no idea what they do.
I turn and go, okay, great. Hi. I would like to know about all the things in your shop. I don't know what this bag is or what those boots are, but would love to know. My name's Tortellini. I'm very excited to be in your shop today.
He just shakes your hand, doesn't say anything.
So what is this bag? And I gesture, and I like Vanna White. If any of you have seen Wheel of Fortune,
You want
or any
this?
of the prices. Yeah, what is it? Or those boots?
Can you pay?
Yeah. You think I look like this? And have no money? You think this is a choice? I mean, it is, but
I'd say without needing to roll, this is about the same time that Bellini has the realization that Larea had, which is this person can't speak your language.
I hold my hand up and I go, do I know?
Sorry, I just read the
Does
Discord
comprehend
message. Oh, that's funny.
Um, fuck, who knows Common? Not Common, Celestial.
Larea
Me.
does.
Hold on.
But I would say you've broken away from them, so you don't know where she is. This is probably around about the same time she's getting her outfit.
Bellini points at the bag and goes, what?
And you see he's like thinks about it for a second, like a and walks over and opens it and just begins pulling out essentially like it looks to you like it might be a bag of holding as he like shoves his whole arm in it. But he does
it look
begin
like my bag of holding?
a little bit, but he does begin to pull out items from it, as in like you see essentially just plushies, just small knitted creatures as he just begins
Wait, I love this.
offering them to you.
Man, if only we could cast magic in this city at will.
You can cast magic in the city at will.
Oh, I can. I'm a druid. Duh. Goblins aren't people, right? They're monsters.
Goblins are people.
Okay.
Goblins are
Well, I
people
wasn't
too,
sure.
Bellini. God.
Not always. Sometimes they want to eat me. I go pause, and I like do that like, and then I say, and I'll be like, I like point at myself. I go me, go, and then I like gesture come back, and I run away, and I go, and then I scoot boogie, and I cast speak with animals, and I shout loudly, Mora, where are you? So I just go caw into the air.
Okay. Loria, can we have Morrow's perception, please?
Yes, we can.
I need to find my friends.
His passive perception is 13, and his perception is +3.
Okay.
Or do you want me to roll for him?
Run around cawing until I find
Yes,
Moro
please.
and or Loretta.
Oh. That's a 9 for him.
No bird.
Okay, I run around cawing for a while.
Okay.
I will commit an hour into this.
I
also ask all the other animals if they have seen Spooky Goth Lady with a bird until I find her.
Okay,
I'll
I
just
will
speak
say
to
that
animals,
it doesn't take you an hour because Q's
great.
passive perception is high enough to, after about 20 minutes, hear a very strange cawing noise off in the distance, and you are able to sort of find out where they are. You can see that when you get to them, Geo is just finishing buying what appears to be a set of armor, and then just disrobes in front of this dwarf and gives him his previous things.
Geo, but you can't just have your schlong out in public.
It was only for like 5 seconds. Don't worry. I'm technically an animal.
My mom would still hit you with a rolled up newspaper.
He's never
If
worn
anyone wants
pants.
Yeah, but the chainmail like artfully covered it the entire time.
Oh, that's what you thought it was. Okay.
Ooh. Okay. Anyway. The people here speak Celestial. Lorea, I need your help buying knickknacks from a goblin man after you are all done shopping.
Sure. Yeah, okay, I'll go with you.
Cool. And then we go back to the shop after everyone else has done their shopping. Is the goblin man still there?
I mean, it's his shop. He's not likely to leave it.
I didn't know if he closed. I did say I was going to be back. Is he surprised I come back? And then I walk in and I repeat the conversation with Lorea translating.
Yeah, I'll repeat it in Celestial, but like very slowly, very Neanderthally, because I know it's not exactly Celestial they speak, but a dialect.
Okay.
So I try to make myself as understandable as possible within still a different language, essentially.
Yeah. Make me a performance check.
Sure.
Can I help?
17.
No, because you don't speak Celestial.
Damn.
A 17.
I can't,
Yeah,
like,
that's fine.
thumbs
That's
up.
good enough. So yeah, as you begin talking with him, and you're getting more of a handle on like the sort of nuances of the changes in their language. He explains that this sort of small satchel of grey cloth, this bag, I don't want to say crocheted, but the threaded plushies that are in it are magical, and you can reach inside and throw it on the floor, and a construct will make itself known. He says it's very similar to a bag of tricks, as they like to call it in other he says across the sea, so you guess that he means back where you're from. But these are slightly different. And as he's explaining, he pulls out one that looks like a sleek fox-like creature with pale silver threads. There's one that's a hare, sort of a long-eared rabbit, that's like ash-colored, and you can see it's got like purple crystal eyes. Another one is like a gecko creature. There's a feline one that's entirely metallic, and then there's a mole one with sort of crystalline teeth. And then the one that stands out to you, which is the sixth one, is like this. It seems to be made out of paper. It's like a feathered construct of a raven, and you're like, oh, that one's quite nice. And you can see the lines of the paper wings also have this purple blue crystal in them as well.
I explain all of it to Blaney while he speaks.
Point of the boots, and I go, "What are those?"
These, he explains, they are a little broken. They can make you very quick, but if you are not good at balance, you will stop very quickly. You would guess that rather than boots of speed, they are boots of sudden momentum, and you can double your movement, and you have to succeed a dex save or you will fall over. So it's just like, pew, and then you have to make sure you don't slip and slide your way off.
I'll tell Bellini, yeah, and ask him like, how balanced are you?
I mean, I'm not bad. I am a turtle though, so I am big. I have a shell.
You could fail it on purpose and then pop in and just be like a Mario shell. Just anyway.
Mm-hmm.
That's the image I immediately had. I was like, that's funny.
Yeah. Can he give us the quick rundown of our items? I also turn to Lorraine. I go, "My name's Tortellini here."
Oh yes, of course. Tortellini. Yes.
Yeah.
Like the food.
Yeah.
Yes, so there's a self-heating kettle. The beetle can carry messages short distances, but they blow up after they're done. So if you want to send a message that you know no one else can read, then you can give it to the beetle. The other one, the orb that I mentioned that's on the shelf, is an orb of direction. And the rod is he explains that the rod, a lot of magisters have versions of these. This one is sort of an older model. And you can command obedience from a creature of your choice. And it's your arcane focus.
Cool. I give him a gold and I say thanks, and then I turn around and walk out. None of these items are kind of what Bellini was looking for. Bellini does love a dumb item. And I look at Lorraine and I go, "You know anybody in the city that might be selling a magic shield or something?"
You can try where Gio's been shopping. He got new armor.
Oh yeah.
And
I'm tempted about that. Yeah, I'm tempted about that bag, but if I can get a magic shield, that's a little bit more helpful at the moment.
You also bought a crossbow, so they may have a shield there too.
Yeah.
Okay. So you go back to the dwarf. You find his
Yeah.
stuff. Ah, yeah. Okay. You can see that he does not sell shields. He only sells armor. He is an armorer.
Does he know anybody who does sell shields?
Excellent question. No. I did roll for it. I rolled a 2.
This guy's useless.
He doesn't. He just you get the sense that he keeps to himself. He seems quite wary of a lot of the other people, and I'd say, Lorraine, you get the idea that maybe he is not a native to this city, but maybe he does live here. If you want, you can make another perception check to look for someone that might sell a shield.
Yeah. Oh, that's much better. That's a 22.
Yeah, you it's not too far from this dwarven stall. A couple rows down, you can see like lining portions of the stall are shields sort of mounted up on it. It's sort of an alleyway that you guys haven't got to yet. And as you get there, you're like, okay, yeah, this will do. I would say.
Does the armor, before we leave, hold on, does the armor sell a Helm of Comprehend Language?
No.
Okay, that's fine. Had to ask.
Yeah, you can see just a myriad of different shields. Some of them are made with different woods, some are dark, some are light, some have metal around the edges, some are reinforced. Other ones you can see have runes on them. One of them you can see that where the rim of the shield is entirely metal, but where the rim is on the outward facing side, there is a line of hot orange that looks almost like it's lava that sort of runs around it. You can see a couple more that look, whereas you're used to the sort of classic different formations of shields, like a really big tower shield and then the round one, you can see a couple of varying degrees of those, some sort of the classic shield object size, but you can see some others don't have sort of a classic look as you think of it. Some of them are a simply very thin, long piece of reinforced wood with gilded brass and copper on them, and you can see that there are runes lining each side, and you would guess that these are probably definitely Astrophel Numisian style, and some form of magical shield.
What does the shopkeeper look like? Does he have a name?
Are oh, they're a human. It is a human woman. It's a human woman.
Oh.
They look very
What is her
simple.
name?
Not simple in the head, but very just kind of day-to-day normal. They are about 30, and they introduce themselves as Niyamaha. No, they introduce themselves as Neve.
Hi, Neve. My name is Tortellini. I currently have this shield that looks like a big crab shell. I'm in the market for a new shield. What do you got?
Well, we have, as you can see, some of the classic designs. Some of these ones she indicates to the ones that are a little bit more reinforced. They will take more of a hit. She points at some that have some runes on them. These ones were approved by our magisters. They are free to be sold. And then she points at the ones behind her, which are the Nemesian style ones, the Magitech ones. And these ones, I don't know if you can afford these ones.
Have you seen me? You think I don't have money? You think this look is a choice?
Let's have a look.
It is, but also And I put the Riz on. I go, so tell me about these ones you say I can't afford.
Okay. She explains that the ether shields, essentially, they can project a larger shield out from them. So whereas you would normally have, I'm trying to think of it. Whereas you would normally have a +1 to your AC, for example, mechanically, these ones can form a barrier that will give you extra cover.
Gotcha. And
She
these
also
other ones with runes?
The ones with
Oh,
runes,
yeah.
she points at the sort of completely metallic one with the orange rims around it and things like that. That one, as she explains that if someone were to attack you, you can, in response, bash them back, and flame will ignite from the shield. So for above table, as a reaction, you can deal, when hit by an attack, you can deal fire damage back.
So above table, Asher Lumen's shield provides cover.
That's only one of them that she explains.
Oh,
Can you make me a persuasion roll as you're going through it?
yeah. That is a 18 total.
Ooh, 18 is good. There's some that, she explains that they're sort of portioned out in different subsections. There are some that she says can give you more defense. There's some that can give you a little offense, and there's a couple, and she points at two of them, that you can see are less like shields, and they're even thinner. They're more like bucklers, and these ones will not take up your hands because they will be attached to your wrist. On an 18, she explains, one of them, this very almost like, in fact, I'd say for all, since you're all here, there's one of them that sort of catches your eye as she's like pointing them along. She moves a piece of metal, and underneath it you see a shimmering, reflective, pearlescent color, and you can tell that that looks like the glass, sort of the crystal glass of the lens. This one is her pride and joy, and it can store or reflect ranged spells back at someone that's casting it at you. Another one can intimidate one. It's like this shield with a very sort of screaming face on it. There's a couple more. One of them is an animated shield, which is the one that will not take up your hands. Because for a bonus action, you can make it hover in your space in front of you. Yeah, so some will give you better AC, some will give you advantage on saving throws, some can reflect spells, and she's just sort of, it is a perusement of every shield you could possibly think of that she does have. Because that 18 is very high.
Yeah. So realistically, so wait, the hover shield, just, it's a +2, it's a regular shield, so it gives me a +2 in my AC, but it doesn't take up a hand slot.
I believe so.
As a bonus action.
Yes.
Cool.
You take a bonus action to animate the shield, activate the shield, and it will leap from your bracer and portion itself in front of you.
I'm either looking at the shield that stores spells and reflects them, a shield that just flat out boosts my AC, or the shield that boosts my saving throws.
Okay.
That way, if I don't trade with Geo, I walk out of here more defensive. That's where I'm lacking.
Yeah. So she explains the sort of basic ones. So she just points at the usual shields that you would recognize. They are as you would expect, normally priced.
Cool.
The asking price for the spell that will give you advantage, the shield that will give you advantage on spells, is a lot of money. Let me find out how much. 19,000 gold. She points at the sort of mirrored one, points at that one, and that one is 50,000. So you would, for above table, you would come to understand that both of, so the one that gives you advantage on spell saves is a very rare item, and the mirrored one is between very rare and legendary.
Okay. Cool. Well. I got 16,000 gold, and a +1 club, and a +1 dagger, and a +1 quarterstaff that I can trade, and a dragon scale.
Make me another persuasion roll.
Can I help him?
How are you helping?
I'm just gonna growl.
That's not
Try and,
helpful.
like,
Okay,
Well,
make me an intimidation check.
a dirty 20.
Okay. 20 was what you needed to beat, because that's what I rolled. You see she sort of like eyes you for a minute and then looks at the sort of it's less so much the growl, it's more the stature. And again, there's like a look of familiarity as she's like looking at you. You can roll your persuasion check again if you would like, Blaney.
I would, because I went from a 6 to a 17 + 4, 21.
21. She will give you a Nemesian shield of activation for 10,000 gold.
And what about just like, that's the hover shield, right?
That's the hover shield, yeah.
And that's just a flat base 2. It doesn't change what my AC is.
I believe it is. Let me double check for you, just in case. That is a +2, yeah.
Oh. How much is just a base +2 shield?
A base +2 shield is... We're getting into the nitty-gritty of everything now.
Yeah, I also have all of those other magic items to trade.
+2, +2, +2 is a round.
Because as a warcaster, I don't need my hands free.
Oh, that's true,
Also because my Staff of the Woodlands is my arcane focus. So I'm able to cast with that in my hand.
A basic +2 weapon is 7,000.
Okay.
Weapon, shield is what I meant.
Okay. Will she take, as I trade, I just like start pulling items out of my bag of holding.
Mm-hmm.
And I go, okay, I will trade you my current shield, which looks like a big crab. I'm sure there's a niche market for it. And then I can give you 1,600 gold. And then I pull a +1 quarterstaff out, a +1 club, a +1 dagger. I'm gonna keep my sling. I pull out. Let's see. Gold cost. Hold on. I'm looking at cost of gold for items. Nope. Those are my diamonds to save your lives. I pull out a pearl. I pull out a dragon scale. Um, uh, does anybody want this scimitar of speed? No, I can't trade that. That doesn't belong to me technically. Um, and I pull out the bottle of fire brandy I got at the very beginning. That when you drink it, it allows you to breathe fire after, for show. And I put out like an absurd amount of bags of ball bearings. I pull out a bomb, then I put that away. I was like, no, you don't need that.
Okay. Maybe another persuasion roll.
16 + 4, dirty 20.
That is good. You can see that she doesn't seem interested in the items, but when you pull out the dragon scale, her eyes sort of light up a little bit. Through Lorea, she looks at you, Lorea, and there is a little bit of recognition. She explains that rather than... She can't sell these shields for anything other than gold because she needs gold to live, and items that she doesn't have a use for because she's a shield maker won't help. But if he would like, she will take some of these items, she will take the dragon scale, and she will make him a new shield with the dragon scale.
Okay, I explain it to him.
I pull out a second dragon scale and I go, will this help make it better?
She sort of like nods her head.
F5. I pull a third dragon scale out and I pass all three of them to her.
Okay. So she takes those.
And the money.
Okay. Let's find out how much she needs for material costs. So she will need 900 gold.
Sweet. Rest. I hand her 900 gold.
Okay. She sort of like nods her head ever so slightly. Can you roll me a percentile dice? And
okay.
A D10 as well.
Percentile. That is a 60 on the percentile, okay. And a D10 is a 6.
Sorry, just give me a minute.
No, you're good. Also, whenever we do break, I do have a sponsor for this week's episode.
So you rolled a 60, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. That's very good. Well, obviously it could be higher, but that is good. bum. Okay. And what did you give your D10, sorry?
I got a 6.
Oh, double sixes. Very nice. Okay. So I'm gonna roll her tinkering and see how long this is gonna take her. Okay. She explains that she can get you a shield in 4 days.
Sweet. I look at the crew and I go, I guess we're hanging out in town for 4 days.
Okay.
Please plan
Yeah.
accordingly.
I already want to go try and smash the pyramid, so take whatever time you need.
Wait, what pyramid? Huh?
He just like
Oh yes,
The
points over his
obviously
shoulder.
down
pyramid.
here. The pyramid is huge. It's I was thinking about it's probably about 2 or 3 times the size of the pyramids of Giza.
God damn.
Yeah, it's big. It takes up a good portion of the city as well. And as I explained, you guys, as you're moving through the city, Ku came to understand that the roads and the city layout doesn't make sense because it doesn't sprawl as most cities do. It was designed with intention, and there are sigils made into the city. That then they know one of them is it protects, almost dome-like, the city from too much of the very harsh burning sun that's above them. So it lessens the effect. Some of the other ones you have yet to discover, and you can see all through some parts of the city are these deep caverns with etherstone in them that sort of pulses and makes the whole city light up every now and then.
Is that big pyramid, does that contain whatever library or whatever that I have to go look
You
for?
don't know. We don't know.
Great, cool.
Oh, no, that's in a different city.
No,
Yes.
it's in Astrofel Numis. That's what it's
No,
shared.
it's
Depends what
in a
library you're
city.
looking for. The library that
The one I
Lorraine
mentioned
knows
was in
about-
Aetherholm.
Yeah, that one is to the north of where you are.
Oh, because the Sheer told Lorea as part of the deal, we could find the information on the Flamekeeper to seek out. Because I was told by the tree that I awoken, named Trent. On luck check from Green Father Zeph. Yeah, oh yeah, because my god helped me. Seek out the knowledge of the Flamekeeper and find the heart of the Ember Light.
Mm-hmm.
And was that not at the library in Astrofel Numis, or is that the library in the Aetherlight?
I don't think it was ever said specifically to you. The only thing that was said to Lorea was that there was things she could find out about in Aetherholm, which is to the north.
North. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know if Lorea shared that with Bellini. Or not.
I did, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Because I have a note that Bellini doesn't know, but Lorea then shared and now knows.
Yes.
So, yes.
Obviously, you won't know what your new shield can do until you receive it. But she looks very intrigued as to what she can make from this thing. Yes, 4 days. Is there anything else that you're looking for?
Do we find a potion shop?
I would say it's very easy for you guys to find normal potion shops, yeah?
Cool.
Yeah, I was gonna say I did find one.
I honestly can't remember, if I'm truly honest.
He did.
All good. I'm just buying more potions of healing. Because I keep a minimum number on me. I don't know. I'll message you if there are other potions I want. Because I gotta look at the potion list now.
Oh, yes, you did. Sorry, that's my mistake.
Are there any? Do they have any potions of strength? Of Hill Giant, Frost, Cloud?
Great question.
Just looking at the potion list, seeing if there's any potions I want.
Being this a city, anything up to uncommon is readily available. Anything beyond that,
Great.
you would have to deliberately go looking for. So, Hill Giant Strength is in there as uncommon.
Great. Hold on. Common, uncommon. Filter magic items. Great.
Which I think is
cool.
400 gold.
Cool.
I'd have to check my notes.
Great. Common potion of comprehension. I'm guessing they have it. How much are those?
They are. That's understandable. Apparently, a lot of people need these. 54 gold.
Great. I'll buy 3 of them because they only last for an hour.
Sure.
That's 162 gold. Anything else? I'll message you.
That's fine.
That way we can move forward into getting you all permits.
As you, as we left the market, we then moved over to a sort of, it's a dive bar. I think dive bar is being pleasant. It's a hole in the ground where people drink. I think it's called the Split Cask. This sort of disgusting hole of a place. Where you guys had some drinks, and then you went back to your rooms in the inn that you found, and we will pick up with you guys having a long rest the next morning. Did someone say something?
No, I said, whoa!
Oh, sorry, I thought you said, wait! And I was like, what did I get wrong?
No, I was whooping.
The next morning, as you guys, as it's very much routine, gather for breakfast. You can see that a lot of the food here is quite light. There's not too much in the way of heavy carb loaded foods like potatoes or bread. There's just a lot of seemingly grown vegetables somehow in this arid land, and just very careful cuts of meat, and that's about it. What are we doing as you guys gather around? What are you discussing? Is there anything, topics that come up that you want clarification on? What's on the agenda? Let's go bureaucratic for Ku.
I think mostly the permits.
Mhm.
Any permits we can get our hands on, like, of course, magic permits, but if there are travel permits, I can assume things like those are a thing. I don't know anything else really, but any permit we could get to try and get.
I want to go to the library after we get permits.
Okay. As the topic of permit comes up, what What are we thinking? What's the ideas floating around for how to go about getting those permits?
I've no idea what the requirements of them are. If you need to be a citizen or need to have a meeting with a magisters for it, or what the idea is.
We can play the diplomat card for Obscurum.
We can. I'm not sure how good of an idea that is, because Obscurum's Subsithulian allied government has fallen, and now I don't think they're at war with Obscurum, but it seems kind of tense. They'll definitely won't enjoy us being allied to the Valkorans currently.
Safe.
So we've been pulling the refugee card on the way.
Okay.
As like pro-Subsithulian refugees. But other than that, I don't really have an idea.
Gotcha. Ku, you're a bureaucrat. You got any ideas?
Not until we find wherever they give out permits.
Could you want to make a just a straight intelligence roll, and we'll use your proficiency added to it as well.
Sure. D&D Beyond will cooperate. No. There it is. Alright. Adding 3 to this. 19 plus 3 is 22.
Yeah, you would come to understand that whilst the city does have a feel of this sort of oasis of away from the heat, you would guess that there is a structure to it. And you're thinking back to when you first came in and you got a scene of the entire sprawl of the city, and you would guess like the sort of more academic looking buildings might be the right way to go. So you have a rough idea of the vague district, and then you could probably just ask someone, whether that be a magister or an actual person. You could probably figure out the rest. So you have a pretty good idea.
Yeah, I mean, I'll share that, but probably need to find an office or something similar.
Yeah, I'm guessing that too.
Okay. With that, are we heading out in that direction with the intention of finding something?
Yes.
Okay. As you guys head off in that direction, very shortly realizing that Ku is right on the money, as you can see, the people here is less so much the classic adventuring clothing and more sort of tailored coats, and some of them are wearing shirts even in this heat with sort of high collars that are buttoned up. Some of them, alongside the magisters, some of them wear very similar like necklaces or collars. Some of the people with the shirts have sort of metallic bands that join almost like a priest, with crystals in them, and you can see that they all mill about, moving from different building to building with paper and parchment, and some of them are carrying almost metallic rectangular objects as they're moving around. I'd say with you and Bellini's robe, doesn't take you too long to sort of spot a building that people are lined up outside of, and as people leave, they have sort of a very thick piece of card with inscriptions on it. And I'd say for Bellini, as they walk past, one of the robed eyes sort of latching onto it, you can see that it does have a permit for travel as they're moving past. So you would guess this is some form of registry office.
Yeah,
Okay.
like I predicted, they'll have travel permits. Let's try and secure those as well.
Okay. As you spend the time lining up in the classic DMV boredom, like an hour passes by and you move about 6 feet, and then just waiting another hour passes, and eventually a good portion of the morning is wasted in line before you get into the building. And in the intake hall, you can see various different desks, as you'd expect, with people sort of discussing various different things. The place is filled to the brim with people wearing these long white cloaks with gold and purple inlay. The Magisters, sort of high-collared dusters, as they're all... Some of them talking to some people, some of them are just standing. You can see some portion of the building has a balcony. It's one floor and then the second floor that you can see sort of tiered up, almost like a ship would be. And there's some Magisters lingering up on the second portion that's a little bit higher, just watching people as they walk in. As that happens, you, Bellini, notice that 3 of them immediately clock Geo. Is the first thing they look at when they look at your group. They look at Geo. And you can see they like talk amongst themselves. And one of them like talks back, shakes their head, like till they're not too sure. One of them looks at the guards, which are also in this building. There's 3 or 4 of them. These one of them is quite slight, a couple of them are about average height. One of them is quite tall and broad, but all of them wear these porcelain white masks with gold inlay, and you cannot see anything but your own reflection in them. The Magisters look at this guy, and then like they're talking and discussing something, and another one like not too sure, and they are just keeping an eye on all of you as you make your way up to the desks, where you can see a human woman in this one, sort of hairpin back, tight bronze-rimmed spectacles, and like ink all over her hands. She looks tired and unimpressed by anyone that approaches the desk.
Hi.
Who would be your spokesperson? Is it you, Lorraine?
I think it probably is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Hi. We would like to apply for travel permits.
Yes, of course, we can accommodate that. Is there any particular travel, or are you just looking for an expansive regional permit?
Well, we were wanting to go up north.
Okay. Is on business or just for pleasure?
What language is this conversation happening in?
Common.
Okay, great.
I'm currently thinking whether business or pleasure would be better. Business.
I think
Both?
Okay.
Both?
And the purpose of business?
Find a new. I lean over to right. Find a new place to live. Probably.
That would
Research.
be-
Research. Are you with the directorate?
In a sense, yes, we are on our way to them.
Okay. I will just write directorate adjoined.
Good, that will be good.
Okay. And is this your permit for the entire party that you have with you today?
Well, I'd like to apply for a permit.
Yes, so would it include the companions?
Yes, that would include the companion. Sorry,
Are
you said
you
the permit I
primary
have.
permit? Are you the primary permit holder for this?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have a point of origin that we can reference for you? And then you see she like narrows her eyes and then says in Celestial, for example, your home.
I'm thinking of the little town that we entered Obscurum in. Dusk, Fall, Dusk, More, Dusk, Dawn.
Oh, that was a long
I'm
time
looking at the
ago.
map. Please hold.
It's not on the map, I don't
It's
think.
not on the map.
God damn it.
Dusk
I don't
Column,
keep
I think.
notes.
Duskmire?
Duskmire. I think that's one.
It is
That's the one.
Duskmire. Yes. Oh, I forget I can
Duskmire.
search for things.
That's what I
Yes, it
did.
is
I just searched
Duskmire.
Dusk.
Yeah. I always forget I can do that. It's so stupid. I'm gonna keep doing that for now. Shorten so much time. Yes, Duskmire.
Oh, are you just searching Discord?
No, I was searching
notes.
my
Oh.
Obsidian.
Oh.
You see, she like tilts her head, and there's make me an insight check, and I say with advantage because you have the others with you as well.
My God, my best is a 7.
Okay.
Can I roll?
All you see is just a tightly pursed lips, and she
Uh-huh.
just scribbles something down and then taps a crystal that's beside her, and then looks up. That we can arrange that for you. It is 50 gold per registered person.
Perfect. Can I insight check whether it is 50 gold or if we're getting like the tourist tax?
Yeah, roll me another insight. Go for it.
Can I also roll, or can I help her?
So you can either roll or you can help her.
Can I roll?
Yeah,
I have
if you
good
want to.
insight.
I rolled a 15 on this insight check.
I rolled a 15 plus 6. So I got a 21.
Loraya, you don't see this because this woman is a bureaucrat, and I'd say Ku, as you begin to understand how this culture begins to work, I'd say if you get more exposure to it, then you might get some advantages to if you want to help on rolls or if you want to roll for yourself. Yeah, Bellini, you notice 50 gold is the standard rate. It is the standard rate. But you come to understand that there's a great portion of people that travel through here. It's got a lot of residents. You also notice that the person that walked past you that had one, there is an expiry date, which means they have to renew it. So the source of money is ever expanding. The 50 gold might not well, it's a lot to a civilian. It's maybe not so much to a noble, but it's just constant. The amount of wealth they accrue from that is a lot.
And how long is this permit good for? Just checking in, because I know they tend to have expiration dates.
1 month. It is the span of the region.
Gotcha. It might take us a little bit longer than a month. Are we able to apply for like an extended permit?
Of course, you can for however long you want to. It's 10 gold per week.
Gotcha. And I recognize, and I check to see if that's actually true. Is it an extra 10 gold per week? That's a
Bellini,
21 on
as
insight.
you are talking with her, the way she begins to speak, the version of common that she switches to for you is one that sounds distinctly more it's distinctly more primordial based for the common.
Okay.
And you come to understand it's the same way that your grandma talks. It is like classic Tortle accent that she is speaking at
great.
you. And it was like code switching. As soon as she looked away from Loraya and looked at you, it was like instantly a different style.
Is she one of the robots?
If you want, you can make me either perception or insight.
Yeah, we'll do perception. I don't know. I got a 13.
I would say even on a 13, she's a little bit too fluid with the way she talks. She's definitely not a construct. Even on a 13, you'd come to understand that. That's not to say she's not enhanced by other means, but she is not a ribbit.
Above table, I'm guessing you learned that this is a city full of constructs.
Yes, sorry.
Yes.
So they learnt that a good portion of the guards, a reason that they wear the reflective sort of porcelain masks, some of them are constructs made of metal or stone or wood.
Okay.
And others are guards, and they do it so you can't tell the difference if you're talking to a construct or a guard.
Okay. Good to know. Cool. I then cool. I got a 21 on my insight. Is it 10 gold per week?
It is 10 gold per week. Yes.
Great. And so a magic permit as well. How much do those run? It's dangerous on the road, and we don't want to get in trouble if we have to use magic to defend ourselves.
Okay. Without needing to roll, as you say that, you watch as her eyes, like there's normally a sort of bright sparkling blue, cross into a like purple haze over them. And as she looks at like each of you, and then pauses on Lorea for a moment, and there's like a confusion, and then like tilts her head. Yes, we are able to sort out a magical permit for your companions. Absolutely.
Did I recognize cat-like eyes in that moment?
No. I'd say the confusion came. Make me either Arcana or Insight again for me. A lot of insight for this.
Oh, the roof shit. Oh my god, it's a 4.
Don't worry, I got an 18.
Okay, Bellini, you recognize that the confusion came from her inability to figure out what magic Lorea can use.
I just sort of do the like I'll tell you later kind of deal, like subtly.
Okay.
Cool, great. Happily, Lorea, sorry. Yeah, I'm just here to help.
Yeah, of course. Perfect. And what are the prerequisites of the magic permit? What do you need from us?
We would need you to declare your primary magical discipline. If you have any external bindings or patronage or enhancement, as well as any affiliations with guilds or groups of any kind.
Okay. Yeah. Oh well. Just,
you will also
give us-
need to register, and she points, and you can see a almost like a stone circle with a series of very large needles poking out of it. These sort of copper-tipped metal spikes, and we would need you to register. And she indicates towards that item.
What does that do?
Well, she like pulls off one of the gloves she was wearing and places her hand on it and lifts it up, and you can see there's like spiked imprints and like blood dripping a little bit, and she takes a cloth and wipes it ever so slightly. And you watch as the blood congeals to hover and levitate above the item before it sort of dissipates in a glow.
That doesn't really clear up a lot for me, honestly.
I don't know what that means.
Unfortunately, I can't divulge the assets of our government.
Okay.
retroactively, Ku, can you make me a perception check? And this is as you guys were heading in.
16.
Okay. As you guys were heading in, you noticed, only because your head's on a swivel from yesterday, I'd assume, but there is a person sort of leaning at the outside of the building, very off to one side, sort of near another road, so an alleyway that passes down between buildings. And they're like looking at people as they enter. Very sort of classically not suited to this environment. There is a lot of black, classical. You would come to understand he's probably a criminal of some kind. That are clocking whether or not people come out with permits or not, and then anyone that came out without one, you watch him approach them and talk for a minute. Can you make me an insight roll?
Yeah. Not as good. That's only an 11.
Okay. I will let you make your own decisions about what that might be. But it's definitely some form of transaction. It looks very much like you would see a drug deal take place.
Yeah. I mean, I think I have figured out what's going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll request like all the forms we have to fill out, anything of that nature, and bring the party over to like a desk or somewhere to fill out the forms.
Sure. She readily
And
gives
tell
them
them
to
about
you.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell them about it when we're not, face to face with someone who will probably enforce the rules.
Yeah, that would make sense.
I much prefer a more illegal route, honestly.
Well, let's get the travel permits.
Yes. Those are probably going to be cheaper here than underground.
We also don't. I mean, do they really? We can kind of just put whatever town we want. Doesn't even have to be a real town. Do you think they'll know?
Probably not.
Doubt they have a list of every town in on the continent. But
Yeah.
I mean, we could
Did
just say
they-
we're from Haywood.
did they give a price for the magic permits?
Not yet, no.
Okay.
Can I ask? How much are the magic permits?
Well, it would depend on the proficiency of your ability to cast. We have
I don't know what
tiers.
that means.
A range?
So the basic ability to form simple, mundane spells, cantrips, that would cost around 200 gold. Anything above that, it goes up in quite an exponential degree. I think we had a noble pass through here who racked up about 12,000 at one point.
Cool.
There
What
is, of
happens
course, if you
you-
would like to register for the Magister's Guild, then we would cover the cost for you.
Right. Yes. Okay. I was going to ask what's the fee if you cast magic without a permit?
Again, that would depend on the severity of the crime, but I am not informed enough to tell you. You can ask one of my colleagues, and she points at a Magister. But I believe it ranges from prison time to, well, death.
Cool.
What? Okay, if I can't afford a magic permit, and we just don't use magic, is that cool?
Yes, I don't see why that would be a problem.
Cool, great.
Of course,
I'm
for yourself,
little
sir, you would be excluded from these restrictions.
Yeah. Oh, great. Cool. I just want to make sure my friends stay alive. There are dragons out there, and I point in a direction.
Yes. There
Cool.
are.
Okay. Cool. So yeah, travel permits sound great. Probably like 2 months. I don't know. Get somewhere and back. Kind of
Yeah. Sounds good.
deal. Yeah.
Okay, so 50 gold per
Yeah,
person is 200, and then plus another 4 weeks is another 40.
I look at the group. I have 12 gold.
I got yours. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Okay.
I still have gold left. Don't worry. I can sell things if we need to. Koo, you were
So that would
saying
be-
something?
Yeah, I was just gonna say I toss in 90 gold as my share.
Yeah.
I'll
And then I
toss
guess-
mine and Lorraine's.
Yeah, and I'll throw mine in.
Okay.
So is it 90? Is it 40 extra gold per person?
So it's
Or is
it's
it just-
240 total.
Oh, great.
So it'd be 60 per
Oh.
person.
Oh,
Okay.
oh, then I make it a 3-month permit, and just cover our bases. Yeah, I'll give us some wiggle room. Not
So
that
it's
we always
70
need it, but like,
each.
yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, and I'll just put a random town I have heard of as our place of origin.
I put the town of Haywood Jablomi on my origin town.
Okay.
Gonna
I also
ask
lean
Q
over
to fill
and
mine out
write it.
because I can't write.
That's adorable.
And I go, listen, and I hold up my permit. And I go, Gio and I are from the same place. Don't get it wrong. It's spelled this way.
I don't write that down. I've already filled out Geo's form. It does not say that.
I can't wait for a magister to have to read where I'm from out loud.
I just stick to Duskmire.
Okay. That's fine. Koo, is there any particular region of the world that you want to go for? Are you just going for the most mundane place you can recollect?
The most mundane place, probably in it. It'll be a mundane place in Obscura.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I'd say from your time in your bastion, you're just running through in your mind palace of maps and books, and you find one very small town that barely, I don't even know the name of myself, but you're just like, cool, and that'll do. I'll write that down. And obviously the region is obscure. Very nice. Hand that in, you hand in your gold, you receive your travel permits, so you can just flash those whenever you want, if a magister asks you where you're off to. Anything else while we're here?
No.
No.
Nope.
Okay. Okay, so we exit the building. Koo, do you keep an eye out for the sketchy dude?
Absolutely.
He's still there. Still absolutely still there. Okay. Are you approaching them at all, or are you just gonna keep an eye on them?
I purposefully hide my permit before we walk out, so it looks like I am walking out without one.
Very
Mine's going with
nice.
my badges, so no one will ever see it.
Okay.
Put mine in the bag of holding.
You, as you guys exit, you will watch Q just sort of hold for a minute, and as he waits, as soon as the man pushes off the building, you watch Q's head incline, yep, there we go. And the man heads straight for him, quickly reaching you. You're not looking for anything in particular, are you? No, not so great luck in there.
Yeah, the magic permits seem to be a little rich for our taste, so we were considering just making a go of it.
Too rich for your own blood, and believe me, don't want to sign up for that. Yeah, I might be able to help you out. Come on, we'll do this a little bit more discreetly.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more important than a simple travel permit. And he immediately does a full 180 and begins walking off.
Yeah, I'll slink behind him and gesture for the party to follow.
Okay. As you guys all begin to follow him, Ku keeps up with him enough. Bellini, you can see because of your robes help you. But there are moments where you almost lose him, and it's not because he's walking any faster than you, it's the crowds around him. He sort of blends in, and Ku, you can instantly recognize someone that can... he understands how people flow through the city. This is someone... and Rhea as well. This is someone born in the streets. Like this, he moves with such ease. No one even touches him as he passes through them. It's just sort of a fluid, liquid move. You follow him through sort of the lower avenues of this administrative district, and away from the broad streets and into very tighter lanes where the buildings become a little bit higher. This sort of polished sandstone begins to give way to crumbled, slightly more grey foundations, and you recognize maybe some old ruins that buildings have been built from. It's definitely a lot less official. You can see sort of hanging bridges of brass pipes that drip condensation. There's laundry lines and all sorts of random people sort of leaning out of the different open windows and things like that. You walk past a tea house, sort of a narrow couple of buildings, and there is one that has a door with a mark of black paint along the bottom, which Ku would recognize as a safe house. And he knocks once, waits a little bit, knocks a different rhythm, and the latch clicks open. Opens it, walks in.
Follow right behind.
Mm-hmm.
Geo has to duck as per usual. As the room inside is a little bit small and warm, you can smell wax and ink, and there are shelves lining the walls, floor to ceiling. And as you guys cross the entrance of the doorway, there is just a simple hallway, and you can see this room further on in. But as you're standing there, you can feel like a shimmering vibration of magic. And as you cross into this room sort of filled with shelves, you look behind you, and there is sort of a warbling, the back side of an illusion spell that just looks like a wall. The shelves are filled with different wax seals pre-made, and also a load of metallic stamps that are sort of ready just in case. There's plates of metal with inscriptions on them that glow ever so slightly. There's stacks of paper with pre-written pieces of information. There's bronze tags on things. In the room next door, Bellini, you can hear a printing press sort of clunking very rhythmically. And there are 3 people in here, 2 of which are just working at a desk, and obviously the third person being the person that led you. One of them is sort of carving out into a piece of wood, maybe a new seal, you would guess. And another one is he's got a document with a load of very official-looking insignias of Sabsithor, and another piece of paper, and he's about halfway through copying the original document. The man that led you sort of turns around, and he sort of indicates, and you can see a plush armchair on the other side of the room, as well as some other chairs and a table. He sort of indicates for you guys to, if you want to, take a seat.
I take a seat.
Cool.
I sit on the ground because I don't trust their church.
Gathering that you are their leader, because you are the one that approached him, Ku. Well, he approached you. You can see that he's wearing And there is a moment where you're like, oh fuck. He's wearing a very familiar looking grey coat with copper lining on the inside, but you can see it's patched and a little bit holes, and as he moves all along the back, the entire the sort of classic long coats have a split up the seam to allow you to move a little bit more easily. That is fully open, and you can see the back half of his waistcoat. But you can see that the line of it is like very precisely cut, but it has jagged rips in it. And without needing to roll, because you and Bellini have such good perception, you would come to understand that he has probably stabbed the person that used to wear this, and it's his now. He takes a seat alongside you, sort of leans in. Magical permits, you said. How can I help?
Looking for what? 4 magical permits, 1 for each of us. Anything up to... I gesture to Bellini, Larea. I don't know what level spells they can cast.
Well, luckily I don't need one, but my friend does.
Right. Yeah. I can work with that. Your friend isn't gonna cause us any troubles, right? And he looks at Gio.
You have any food?
No.
Snacks?
I think we've got some ale. That's about it.
Oh yeah, no, just give me the L. I'll be your best friend.
All right, Dinos, and you watch as the guy copying the piece of paper. He's like, "Yeah, I got it," and walks off, and comes back with a series of mugs on a tray. Just kind of hands the tray to you, and then goes back to copying some stuff. So tell me what you guys can sort of do. I need a little bit of information.
Well, I think Larea here will be the most... She can do the most. I kind of need a future permit, and our friend here, and I gesture to Geo, can only do a few things per day.
I mean, yeah,
Cure wounds.
Yeah, but it's only first level. I can't do anything past that.
Yeah. I think that's it. You can make ski balls.
That's a
I'll
cantrip.
explain what ski ball is later. Don't worry.
Oh no, I'm
It's
familiar.
a game I invented.
Yeah.
Oh!
No, yeah. We've got some guys that smuggle some stuff over to a couple of the other realms, and they talk about it quite a lot.
Yeah, I invented that game. It's pretty great.
Nice. Well,
You can
congratulations.
franchise like this.
I've already got my own hustle, and he sort of
Yeah,
indicates
I'm
to the
aware.
stuff.
Yeah, I know. Like, I don't know why I tried. You're just gonna make your own. It's fine.
Well, I mean, I can give you open-ended forged arcane licenses. They're about 300 gold each. I know it's a little bit pricey, but it sort of gives you a bit more flexibility to improv in the moment. That will
I
get
kind of need
you...
a little bit of.
Sorry, continue.
I kind of need a little bit of info on what, even with permits, is allowed, because I can do basic divination, evocation up to level 3. I'm unsure what the stance on necromancy is here.
Oh, you like touching skeletons, is it?
Have you seen her?
Yes, we'll call it that. Yes.
Nice. Well, most necromancers that reside here are registered with the Magisters, so try not to do it. But to be honest, there's not a lot of people that are good enough to detect necromancy through anything other than simple transmutation spells. So I think you'd be alright as long as you don't encounter, I don't know, the leader for the magical technology or something like that. You should be good.
All right, the pink bitch. We'll try to avoid her.
Yeah. Yeah, she's probably best.
What can you tell me about her? What's her name?
No one really knows. She doesn't really say it. No one of import, anyway. She cropped up a few years ago. Started making a lot of adjustments. The council seemed super into it, and to be honest, the city got a little bit better. A lot of new technology rolling around. A lot of industry. She's done some good. Hospitals are better, so.
Right. She also happens to blow up people outside of the realm, but let's not talk about that.
Yeah, we've heard some rumors that she's fanciful for a bit more of a violent touch. She, around about the same time, was the more forceful recruitment to the Magisters, shall we say. And some people went missing, so.
Okay. Well, I'd like at least a permit for us, of course, and I'm assuming I need a bit of a bigger permit, in considering the spells I use.
Well, yeah,
So-
like I said, I can get you the arcane licenses. They're about 300 each, and they'll allow you to do most minor magical things. It'll bypass most of the sort of scans that some of the guards can do. The Magisters won't give you so much scrutiny. If anyone looks a little too deep, though, they might kind of realize that they don't quite match. So above that, you got 700 gold. You can that also give you access to the lower archives. Essentially, there's a portion of the Magisters that don't wear the uniform. We can make you look a little bit more like that. Again, a little too much investigation will kind of reveal that they're fake, but any sort of like, so tilts his head a little bit. Some of the Magisters are fucking morons, right? So whilst they can cast spells, not too intelligent up in the noggin area, a lot of their abilities come from the technology that she has distributed amongst them. So you'd be able to bluff your way through it. You look like an intelligent lass, so I reckon you'd be alright.
Yeah. I think I can probably get far. Any info though on the archives? Anything you would know as opposed to public?
Ooh. Yeah, whilst they're a little bit fond of secrets, the new generation, we like to call them, they're not too fond of losing information either, so they keep a good portion of the secrets down in those little hidey holes.
Just info or artifacts as well?
I knew a guy that stole something from one once. He ended up dead though, so I wouldn't suggest doing that. But yeah, I guess some of the relics, some of the passages go straight to, so the maintenance halls go straight to the pyramid. So yeah, some of the relics in there, you'd be pretty good to get your hands on.
I've heard tales of a helm that consumes light. What do you know about that?
Hit my own cup. Oh, yeah. That's a new addition to the museum. It's going to be unveiled in a gala in a couple of days.
Oh,
Yeah,
they're
brought in by some,
they're showing it to the public.
yeah, some new addition to the council. He brought it with him.
Who is it?
No one knows. We just know that they needed to replace someone, so
I
I'm
wonder
pretty
who
sure
they
he's.
killed.
Yeah, so their title is the overseer of historical records.
Okay.
The council's very
What-
knowledge based, so
Can you tell me what museum it is? Is there one museum here, or is it multiple?
he does know. Let me find it. Astrophil Numis.
Yes, Sophia.
Astrophil Numis. Me. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's in the floating gardens.
Okay. Cool. Um. Okay. Do I need anything else at this moment? No. All right. Thank you so much. You really remind me of my brother, by the way.
Thanks. I was gonna say if you we could currency isn't the only thing that people trade. You don't need to pay for it necessarily. Not you. Not in that way. I just meant that if you, I don't know, you do a favor for me, I do a favor for you guys.
What kind of favor are you thinking?
You know, a little smuggling, a little retrieving.
I got a
What
magic
would
stick.
you guys be
if you
down
want
to
that.
do?
I offer him my +1 club. I got a magic stick if you want this.
He just sort of looks at it for a moment. I'm good, thank you.
And then I pull an even bigger +1 stick out. I go, I got this one too, and I pull out a +1 quarterstaff.
Does he have a thing for sticks? Is this like a?
And then I
Yeah,
pull out my staff of the woodland, and I go, "This is my really fancy stick. You can't have this one." And then
It
I
is
put it back in
where-
my bag.
It is a well-known fact that turtles and dogs are the same species. So.
Really?
Rude.
Ah.
Just
Well,
because I'm a druid and I like sticks doesn't mean you can typecast turtles.
It's an Elden Ring joke.
We've got
I love
a
turtle poke.
we've got a veil runner that needs escorting through the rooftops during curfew.
You're saying a lot of words that I don't understand.
We've got a smuggler who climbs across rooftops who needs an added escort.
We might be able
And he
to do
needs
that.
to not be seen. I can help with that.
It's more that we're not too sure. He's a little bit of a I think burglar's
What?
the wrong word, but anyway,
He's a
he needs to
burglar,
get in
cool,
somewhere,
great, yeah.
retrieve something, and get out without being accosted. And in the case that he is, we need the backup to go in and get him out.
I can
I
get
think
him
we
out.
can do that.
Toss in
I
2
reckon you
permits, we'll
could,
do
mate.
it.
You are a very large man, boy, person, hippo.
Would 8 pixies help?
We'll
If they
figure
were
out
on
the
board,
plan.
sure. Yeah, I mean, more
Oh,
numbers the
they will
better.
be, yes.
Oh,
yeah.
right.
But like my companion said, 2 permits and we'll do it.
Yeah, I mean, that's only one of the jobs. You could, there's there's going to be a new technology that's unveiled in the industry district, and if it were to, I don't know, be sabotaged by accident or on purpose, that would deal a pretty good blow to the Magisters, because they're going to disable some of the wards while they test it. It'll give us a couple of hours to run a little bit of mischief, if you get what I mean.
We can do that for the 3rd permit and a bit of extra info on the museum. If you catch my drift.
I can
Pick a
get you some
bomb you need.
blueprints.
Perfect.
Okay. Alright. Seems like we are becoming fast friends.
I pull a
I'd say
very
we're
large
almost
bomb
family.
out of my bag, and I go, "Will this help?"
Does he have an off switch? Is that like
No.
Oh, okay. I can tell
And then
by
I
the
put it
tone
back
of the
in my
voice that he definitely doesn't.
It's very useful.
I'm just gonna roll an insight. Okay. Can you pick someone to make me a persuasion roll with advantage? And this to see how good
Sounds-
friends he thinks that you are.
That sounds like a job for Larea.
Yes, my pluses would agree, but let's see what the dice say. 18 is my highest.
Okay. Yes, definitely. So I got a 15. So 18 meets it. You see he looks at you, Lorea.
Mm.
No, you don't need to tell me this, because obviously I won't go spreading this anywhere. But where are you from?
Obscurium.
Oh, you just got a weird, I don't want to say energy, but it's like kind of creepy.
Well, I mean, I don't know why that's
gets
weird for
that a
someone from
lot.
Obscurium, first of all, but yeah, that too. I
I
was
don't know.
wondering,
I
this
took
is
a
not
trip to Obscurium a few years back, and they are some creepy people.
exactly, so I fit right
Yeah.
in, right?
Yeah.
Either way, this is not part of our business or negotiations, but I was wondering what's sorry to sound insensitive, what's the Azamar population looking like in Astroville News?
What? Sorry?
Azamar? Celestial folk?
Oh, right. I mean, there's a couple of people from the old age, yeah.
There's not really like a brimming
5% maybe?
do they cluster
That
together?
would
or
equate
just-
to 2,000 people.
Okay, yeah. It's just, I mean, like I said, you remind me of my brother in the sense that I too did not grow up in a home. Let's call it that. So I'm
I
unsure
grew up
of
in a
where.
very
where
nice home, thank you. That was very rude of
Okay.
you to assume. My home was about yay big, and it had apple crate on the side. I'm joking with you.
You're incredibly funny.
Thank you. I should mention, where's he from? And he points at Geo.
I look at Geo.
From space.
Yeah, that's the best guess we've got.
Like one of the fallen stars.
You could say that. I definitely fell. A couple times.
Well, amongst some of the magisters, there are a couple of people. They don't look like you, but have you ever seen a rhino? You know, big, grey, has a big horn. Yeah, kind of has a head like that, but he's a bright old cunt. So I would steer clear of him if I were you.
Does he like fighting?
Yeah, he'll pick a fight with
Oh.
anyone.
Oh,
You
then
shouldn't have
I'm
said
not
that.
steering clear of him. I'm gonna go find him. Actually, that sounds like fun.
Can you make me a insight or history roll for me?
Yes. A dirty 20 for insight.
Okay, on a dirty 20, you have met a magister who's about your height, and you spoke to him in the bazaar, and he seemed oddly familiar with you. In fact, he was a guard at the time that you were talking to, and he was wearing a mask.
That Callus?
That is
Callus, yeah.
Callus.
Wait, so I already met the guy?
You've already met him. On a 20, you've met this guy. Because he's the way that this man is talking, it has to be someone about your frame. Because he said it looks sort of like you. And this is the only guard that you've seen that sort of rivals your... There's a couple that rival your height, but it's the build. Like the sort of... You're a thick boy. With 3 C's, not even 2. So yeah, you've met him already. And he didn't seem hostile to you. He actually seemed kind of friendly.
Now I really want to go find him again. If I disappear, guys, I'll just go back to the split cask eventually. So don't worry about me. And
Okay.
I may or may not end up in a fight.
Okay. He lets you know that the demonstration for the technology will take place tomorrow, but the smuggler is going tonight, and he would like you to go and accompany them if you would. He lets you know that the smuggler will be over in sort of a wealthy district, as they are stealing from nobles, and gives you and Ku the details about where you should meet up with them. But you essentially have the rest of noon to the afternoon before night falls, and you have to go over there. So as we leave this building with a sort of understanding between yourself and a portion of the criminal underworld, we will go for a bio break, because I did see that room. So a quick 5 to 10 minute break, and then we'll be right back to find out what happens Here it is. Okay, we are back. So yeah, what are we doing for the rest of today? Knowing that you have to meet late on into the night on a rooftop in the sort of nobles area.
I do not have a plan.
I would like to attempt to gather as much information about the demonstration tomorrow so that we go in like knowing a rough layout of the square, what the guard presence might be, the best way to cause a distraction. Like if I have to go talk back and talk with the guy, I will do that. And then I want to take a nap before we have to go meet up. So
I was going to try and find Alice.
exhausted.
So Alice might actually be able to give us some information on how many guards are going to be there.
Okay, so I'm just making sure I know where my head's at.
I'll go with Geo. Help him
Okay.
look out.
I'm gonna go with Bellini. Actually, I think it's probably wise to be good buddies with the underground here.
Oh, I also want to go find their version of a skee ball machine and play around and see if it's any better than my version.
Probably the same. They probably stole your idea.
Yeah. But is it like spooky themed? Is it dragon? Is there like a dragon drawn on the side of the skee ball machine?
They don't have that. Without even needing to roll, you will not find one in this city.
Cool. Opportunities to open a Lucky Shell branch here in...
Yeah, how many brothels do they have?
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I don't need to know.
Can we become business people?
Okay, we will start
Can we
with...
derail the campaign?
We will start with Bellini and Geo.
No,
What
it's
are we
Bellini,
going to look
Larea.
for first? Or is it... Yeah, Ko and Larea,
So our
Bellini and Geo.
our groups are
Nope.
Bellini
No,
and
Ku
Larea.
Still got it wrong.
Damn it! Sorry,
Ku and
we'll
Geo,
start with
Larea and
Bellini
Bellini.
and Ko. What are we going for first?
No,
We'll start with Bellini.
still wrong. No, there's
Bellini,
one other
Larea.
option.
Is it just
Bellini and
Bellini?
Larea.
No,
No,
no, there's
Lorea's
another
like-
option.
Oh,
You
I said
Ko,
Co,
not Ku.
and not Ku. As in Bellini and company.
oh.
That way I don't have to
Oh.
find out who the company is.
Oh, well, there's really only one option left. Who do you think
Is
will
it
go
Bellini
with
and
Bellini?
Larea?
Yes, thank
Okay.
you.
Team Spooky Turtle is
Team, that's a
We need a
lot
better
easier,
name,
actually.
but-
Let's go with that. Team Spooky Turtle, what are we looking for first?
I think I want to go back to the underground guy once Lorea's roleplay moment happens. That was in the chat.
Yes.
So we can find out this
Severos.
guy's name, and that way I want to collect information of like, what does the underground look like here as we go to cause this distraction? What's the most effective? What kind of distraction are they looking for?
So yes,
Knowing that it's probably just going to be the four of us, but is there like an underground tunnel we can duck into after something goes off? I'm trying to plot an exit route.
So he after receiving a flower from Larea, you
What's
see
his
he
name?
does take it, and there is a moment you watch, sort of, as you give him the flower, this sort of, he goes to look at it, and then he smells it a little, and you watch as like a waft of magic just gently touches his nose.
I've also introduced myself as Errol instead of Lorea.
Okay. That's funny.
Also,
Um,
pause. Wait, pause. Also, our commercial break was brought to you by the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile and the Oscar Mayer Wiener Whistle. The Oscar Mayer Wienermobile was in town last week, and it was delightful. It's a big car that looks like a hot dog. There are 6 of them in the United States. They've traveled all over the world. One of them from like the 60s is just missing. We don't know where it is. It's just like gone. All the other ones are in a museum. And when you visit, they do not sell hot dogs, but you can get a wiener whistle, and it does work, and it goes.
wait, if they don't sell hot dogs, what do they sell?
They just give out wiener whistles and stickers and postcards. The sticker looks like this, and it says "I saw it." And then these are old stickers that they don't make anymore. And then you can get a postcard with all of the different Wienermobiles, including a Mini Cooper Wienermobile, which is that one.
Fascinating.
And if you join the Discord, you can. I will post a photo of these later.
Okay.
Also, there's also a postcard that is all the facts.
I feel like I'm losing my mind.
This commercial break was brought to you by the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile.
Not actually sponsored, but
Not actually
Not
sponsored,
actually sponsored.
but we do love the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile.
Okay, he explains that Severus explains that essentially they're not sure what they are unveiling. But whilst they unveil it, it requires for them to pull down the wards of some parts of the city. So they believe it must have either some effect in tandem with this that requires them to adjust or reset everything together, or that it would be in conflict of what the wards do, and they're not too sure. So what they want you to do is find some way of sabotaging the demonstration in some way, so that the wards are down for longer and they can steal shit from as many places as they can think of. Erel, can you make me a persuasion check with advantage?
Of course. Christ, 11 is my highest. Why do I roll so fucking bad?
You have a point of inspiration if you want to use it.
That's true.
This doesn't feel important enough for a point of inspiration. No, I'm just gonna whiff it.
I'm proficient in persuasion. Can I help and or roll?
You can either help and or roll. Yeah.
I will roll because I got a 14 plus 4, 18.
Okay.
Don't worry, I'm here to help.
He explains to you that the ooh, how much does he explain to you? Ooh. Why am I rolling so high for things that involve you and rolling so low for things that involve me? This is not cool.
Can't imagine what that feels like.
Sorry, I know. He explains to you that the burnt feathers, which is what they're called, are a network that spans pretty much the entire city, and they have connections to various other underground elements overseas, including a consortium of smugglers. He explains because they're not sure what the device does, he can't give you any other details than the location of the demonstration, which is the sort of very large square at the foot of the pyramid. Yeah, so he can give you the details of some of the buildings. There's a sort of a stone-stepped platform that a lot of important speeches or demonstrations are made from, which they guessed might be where the technology in question would be unveiled for the rest of the public. Aside from that, he can give you details about some of the different levels of security that might be there. So alongside the magisters and the guards, he would guess that any of the wealthy merchant houses that would be interested would also be there, and as such would have their own security. Any significant foreign envoy or diplomats of Sabsathul would also be present to show force during this time of war. Any of the sky disc patrols, which is a word you don't know what that means, would also be present, and any of the construct guards, which you do know what those are. Alongside that, he is aware that there are some magisters who wear plain clothes, some spellcasters or technologically infused people that will be not in uniform. Okay. So a lot of security.
I ask him what a sky disc is.
So a sky disc patrol, he tells you, are guards imbued with the ability to step on air. So they all have boots that allow them to not fly, but essentially step up. If you've ever seen Doctor Strange, Mordo has those boots. Yes.
Cool. I ask, are there any druids in the city? And if they are cool with these demonstrations that happen, because they might also help disrupt this demonstration. And or...
oh, great. What would he know about that?
Could I pin this on them?
Wow.
He lets you know the druids in Astrophil Numis are very rare to see one. The only ones that they most often see are any like hermits that have come in to buy things, or any wanderers or travelers like yourself. Fundamentally and historically, druids don't tend to stay in the city that long. He's not too sure why, but if you want, Bellini, can you make me maybe a survival check?
Not great. That's a 6 on the die. Plus 6, 12.
On a 12, I'd say you might have an instinct as to why they might not stay here, which there is a lot of metal. There's a lot of metal and a lot of magic that isn't natural. It's an aberration of the natural state of the flow of things. On a 12, you won't come to realize this yet, but I will say the only indication you get is you yourself feel a little bit numb. Just a little bit. Given enough time, it'll become very apparent.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I don't know how to disrupt it. Okay. Cool. I'm just trying to figure out how to disrupt this demonstration without landing any of my very obvious party, aka myself or the hippo, in jail or wanted. Yeah. I'm very obvious, and they can see through my wild shapes. So I don't know if they can see my being a turtle, or if they just see that I'm wild shaped, but yeah, I might just be placing a variety of small bombs around that square.
We can do some prep work that we don't have
Yeah.
to be there at that moment.
Yeah, that's also true. Yeah.
As long as we get away with that, we should be golden.
Yeah. Other question. How do you guys travel underground or like out of the eye of the Magisters? Is there a sewer system y'all use? Tunnels, secret passages? Just in case we have to be there and need a quick out. And I can roll persuasion if you need me.
No, there is the only sort of tunnels networked is any sewage system, which he wouldn't advise going into.
Why is it smelly?
Anything else is the sort of necessary places that magisters or guards might need to go to. So you probably don't want to go in there because there might be more of them at the other end.
Yeah.
And then obviously the maintenance for the pyramid. The
Gotcha.
rest is just alleyways and rooftops. And from what because Ku's not here, but from what Ku has indicated from what he's seen is that these people are a lot more agile, shall we say. They use the rooftops and the alleyways as a portion of how to get around without being noticed. Rather than going underneath, they go above. So the only people that they would be worried about is either anyone situated on rooftops or these sky disc patrols, which might be the reason why they exist, is to catch these people, the runners who use the rooftops.
Mm-hmm.
Other question. Do you know where we can get the sky disc boots?
I don't. Sorry, man. It's strictly... I don't even know how they work. I couldn't tell you.
Cool. Welcome to I love looking through my inventory and remembering all the dumb shit I've put on here to make Bellini wear. Okay, cool. Cool. Yeah, we will do the best we can. Soraya, you got anything else?
I'd like to ask them if they have any riggers, like people that make bombs, sort of things as well, or traps.
Yeah.
If they have people in house that we can consult with to prep everything.
They do, but the person he is aware about has been arrested recently.
Okay.
I don't make like smoke bombs and whatnot, but that's about it.
Yeah, the reason I asked is they would probably know good places to set up, leverage their knowledge of the city mostly. I'm pretty sure we can do some great destruction work. It's about the discretion I'm thinking of.
Yeah, he lets you know. In fact, the best person to talk to. So that's in terms of people who are able to build you something that will explode. But in terms of people that know the city well, he lets you know that you will probably meet one of the better ones tonight. Her name is Sira, and she is their best runner.
Okay.
Can you spell that for me?
S-Y-I.
Is it S-E-E-R?
S-Y-I.
S-Y-R-A. Gotcha.
There is an apostrophe in there, but I didn't think it was necessary. I just do that for flavor. Anything else while you're talking to? Sorry, I lost my train of thought.
No, not necessarily. I think I'm just going to invest in a good relationship with these people mostly. So not anything particular, just being very friendly, really.
Okay. Is there any like topics of conversation that you or any information that you sort of let go to him in order to try and see how much information he will then leverage to you in that sort of transfer?
Well, I can let slip parts of my own background. I don't know how much I can let slip that is useful to him because I don't know that much about Sapthul, but I probably make some references to how I grew up and be like, oh, do you have a guy like this? Or do you have a guy like that? To relate more to their network. You know, my several brothers and sisters and uncles and aunts and cousins of various degrees.
Okay.
Like, I mean, like, do you have like a matriarch that takes care of like the smaller urchins, or?
No. No, it's pretty much
Yes,
everyone for themselves, if I'm honest.
You don't really operate like a family.
I mean, we got leaders, but not like a family, no.
Oh. Odd. I mean, you do you, whatever. It's just we all kind of look out for each other where I'm from. Do you, where would you go to if you're like in deep shit? Is that just your own business, or do you have someone to fall back on?
Okay. He's feeling generous. No, we don't really operate in that way. I mean, we've each got safe houses that we rely on, and each group has enough information to get by, and then each leader kind of distributes it out from there. I mean, if I was in deep shit, I shouldn't be telling you this, but I've shacked up with a pretty decent lady of some high standing, so I'll probably go to her.
Always good to check up with richer people.
I elbow Larea.
I know, that's what I'm referencing.
Oh, cool.
Okay. Good on you. And that's about all I do, really.
I just make sure you don't know who the new council member is, right? But they're gonna be there tomorrow.
Yeah. But you kind of like pair them along, like any big demonstration. They're like, oh, we'll let this person make an appearance, and here's what they do, sort of thing. That's
Cool. I do not say like that. I think I know who the council member is. I'm just like, cool. Okay. For those of you watching on at home, we figured it out during the commercial break. It's Ishkar, the spooky necromancer, who we made the joke about them boning a skeleton, who has now fled Obscura. Yeah, Larea still does that, but on her own time with her werewolf boyfriend.
future Larea.
Yeah. But just so you all know, we figured it out, and we got Larea an inspiration point for it. Cool, great. I like make the note is if the council members who I think they are, they're bad news and might be a spooky bitch, but we'll figure that out tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving away from you guys, moving over to Ku and Geo. Where are we headed first?
Probably go to the place that has like either the most magisters or guards, and then just try and find the tallest one.
Seems fair to me.
Yeah, I'd say without needing to roll with Ku, because it's very helpful that Ku went with you, because he roughly knows how this city works at this point, now that he's been given enough time to acclimatize to it. Yeah, he sort of leads you to very classically a sort of tower-looking building. It sort of sits a little bit higher than the rest. You can see that it's got a U-shaped building around it. More like an O. In fact, it's like an O with a spire in the middle. And you can just see guards, magisters. You can see the different colors and epaulets of each person. There seems to be some form of ranking of how they move around and things like that. They're all wearing like different styles of collars, some of them with like gauntlets of metal, with like copper wiring all along the insides. There is a lot of them here as they're sort of milling about and moving. Can you make me a perception check and let's see if you can spot anyone that sort of stands above the classical height range of all of these people?
Yeah, I got a natural 20.
What does he see with
Plus
his
5.
hippo eyes?
How do your hippo eyes... Okay. I'm gonna roll and see if he is here. Wait. Do we want high? I'll go if it... Yeah, I'll go high. Okay. It's a natural 20. Yes. Yes, you do. Moving... At first, you recognize him as like this Numisian guard, sort of layered brass and plating and the porcelain white, framed with different elegant curls of gold mask. You can see as he approaches the building, sort of pulls it off, and as he does, you watch a shimmering magic moves the sort of typical humanoid-shaped head of classical construct, so very much like the robots have arcane, pulls it off, and as that does, the illusion fades, and you can see sort of the striking portion of his heavy features. You see like a broad jaw, very squared muzzle, a thick horn that's polished, almost like this obsidian black. You can see muted amber light of his eyes that sort of shift around a little bit. The horn has been engraved with copper and some sigils. You can see that as he moves, he sort of shakes a little bit, and the illusion of the guard uniform drifts into a completely red overcoat. This sort of purple and gold and small white epaulets. You would recognize Ku from how they've all been moving around. That he would possibly be considered a sergeant or a more like a captain of some kind. So of some authority with these people. He definitely closely resembles more like a rhinoceros than a human. So very much like that Geo looks more like a hippo than a person. You can see thick grey hide in some parts of his arms that are free. You can see ritual tattooing carving, so not tattoos, like carving marks and scars all around his arms. You can see layers of artificed plating underneath his coat that's been bolted into place. And as soon as most of the guards clock onto who it is, they tend to keep out of his way, as you can almost feel the ground vibrating as he walks. Same as Geo sometimes. You can see that rather than the typical collars that a lot of the magisters wear, the good portion of part of his lower jaw is prosthetic, and some portion of spiraling up the side and back of his head, because he has no hair, is just more and more of this gilded runic symbols that, rather than a collar, they might just be in his skin. He looks a little bit like someone's experimented with some things on this person, for sure.
Seeing him in the normal Geo fashion, he's just gonna yell his name. Like, Collis, I found you! I've been looking for you forever! And just try like shaking his arms, jumping up and down. I'm gonna start.
You
running
can
over
see
to him.
like the thundering stops as his head like tilts, looks over. You see like a flaring of the massive nostrils and like a slight twitch. Immediately clocking where you are, I don't need to roll for him to recognize a giant hippo jumping up and down, waving his hands. Yeah, he sort of clocks onto you and he sort of like tilts his head a little bit, confused as to how you know that he was that person. And then leaving that be for now, begins to make his way over to you.
Getting to him, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, how's it going? Long time no see."
How did you know it was me?
I just have this sense about other animals, people, humans that aren't humans. I hang out with a turtle all the time, so.
You are kind of hard to miss.
Right, yes. I suppose I should have thought about that.
But anyway, I was looking for you because I wanted to ask how I could become a guard member. I'm, like, getting into fights. I want to fight you, to be honest. Like that's my biggest goal. But figured I should do this the right way instead of just starting a fight with you.
Do you want to become a guard?
Yeah. Preferably a captain.
Make me a persuasion roll.
Okay. 21.
Oh, okay. It was high. It was very high. But a 21, you watch as he does seem to sort of stand there considering something. Then looks at you again. See like soft glow across some of the runes. You are either very brave or very stupid. And I have yet to decide which one.
I promise you, it's not the stupidity. I'm actually really smart, but I don't show it.
Okay. Most people who seek authority in this city want some form of comfort. What do you want from it?
I want the badge from it.
You want just a badge?
Well, yeah, I want the badge. And then I also want to just help protect the city because traveling here, there's a lot of bad things that happen. We ran into a lot of magisters, and I just want to become part of that because they always give me weird looks, and I'd rather just be able to be like, oh, here's my badge. Now stop questioning me.
Yes, the stairs did change when I was appointed.
Yeah, so you get it. People stare. I mean, it's not going to change. Like, they'll still stare, but they won't directly stare, I guess.
Normally, there is a very lengthy process to become a guard, even more with a magister. But I seem to like you.
Like
And
you
I'd
too,
rather
and I'll,
not
like,
have their...
knock his shoulder.
I'd rather have not have their interference and you have to go through that painful process. So instead I will choose something else equally as painful. Tomorrow there is a demonstration after which there is a gala.
Okay.
We shall be their entertainment. And if you win,
Oh,
I will make you a captain.
so I actually get to fight you, and then if I win,
Yes. I like this prospect. It has been a long time since I fought with my hands.
oh, I love fighting with my hands. Love getting dirty. So, I wanted to fight you from the beginning, so that just made my day. Like, this day cannot get any better unless you give me the captain's badge right now. You said that there is something in the morning. Do I need to show up for that too as like a guard?
No. You can show up for it if you would like. It shall be interesting.
And that's where?
In the square.
Square. Oh, in front of the pyramid square.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
Well, I guess I should introduce myself. My name is Eoj. That's OEG.
Make me a deception roll.
I have advantage on my deception roll.
Okay.
and this is my companion Ook.
I got a 12.
Okay. You watch as like the burning orange of his eyes are just staring into you. I will learn your name when I win.
That's okay.
And he just turns and begins walking off.
Oh my god, he's
Gio's
so
just
cool.
like smiley and happy, and he's like, "That went so much better than I thought it was going to." Normally, I
honestly,
have to fight them for
like
them to
the
agree to
DCs
anything.
for some of that were like 20s, and you managed to overpass them, so I don't have a problem with it. But of course, you still need to win the fight, so we will see what comes of that. Okay. Ku, is there anything else you are like looking out for, observe? Is there anything that you would be just to see, or are you just along for the ride?
I was mostly here to play backup if it didn't go that well.
Fair enough. You're just like stood there like, yeah, that's about as well as it could have gone. Huh, nice. Yeah. Okay.
Well, I guess we're going back to the split cask for Bellini and Lyra.
I think so.
Well, let's work our way towards that. I'm excited for another
I'd
scorpion.
say where you guys are is close enough to, on the way back to the split cask, sort of pass through where the... I do have a map for this, and I will... It's not complete yet, so I will show it to you guys at some point. Where the massive pyramid is, in front of it, the square, so you can sort of pass through to just have a little look about what might be in for you guys. As you're passing through, do you want to pick someone to make either or you actually, well, do this. One person sort of looking at your surroundings, that'll be your perception, and another person maybe trying to figure out the intricacies of routes or places you can stand or things like that. That would be investigation. So one of you needs to roll perception, one of you can roll investigation.
I'll take perception.
Who is this? Ku and Gio?
Just those two. Just those two.
Gotcha.
Dirty 20 on perception.
15 on investigation.
Okay. Perception-wise, as you're looking around, you can see that, of course, the pyramid itself is oppressive in the scale of how big it is. It swallows a good portion of any skyline as long as you're standing in the square. And everything in the square is designed, as far as you can tell, to make it to make you feel small if you're standing in the streets and in front of the plinth, the stone stepped plinth, for the demonstrations or speeches or things like that. The sort of oppressive feel of everything around them. If you are a typical civilian, so not someone that has enough money to be on some of the balconies or on the rooftops and things like that, it's designed to make you feel small. That's what you get from it. It's called the Aster Court, so after Astrafel Numis. It's about 500 feet in every direction. It takes up a good portion of this district. It's large enough easily for military parades, executions, declarations, festivals, things like that. You can see the stone is no longer cobbled. It's entirely smooth from centuries of use, just like together. And you can see cracks in some places where some of the craters from other parts of the city sort of spiral inwards. As you're standing there with that very high perception, you can see circular steam vents are releasing trails of steam into the air in some portions of the square. So you would guess either part of the inner workings of the city run underneath the square, or there is something under the square itself that requires venting the heat. The demonstration platform is sort of a circular dais of stone with these steps. You would guess that they would probably put whatever the technology is up there, and it sort of, rather than sitting in the middle, it sort of sits further back to where the steps of the pyramid. There's an entrance to the pyramid here, so that when you're standing on it, you have the oppressive pyramid behind you, and then everyone addressing below you. On the investigation, and with the perception as well, the buildings all around it, you can see a lot of beautiful architecture, so maybe someone wealthy would own each of these buildings. And on the rooftops, there are outer railings with fences to stop people from getting or climbing up onto those roofs unless they're meant to be there. Even now, you can see street vendors are selling like wine made from cacti or grilled meats or some saffron spice in the air. So there's definitely the ability to maybe hide yourselves in amongst the vendors, possibly, or get in good with some of the nobles. Those would be your choices. Or just blend in with the crowd. But Geo, you will not blend in with a crowd of any sort unless you somehow like crouch and just walk along shuffling.
It's okay. I'll just go stand by my good friend tomorrow.
Just stand behind him.
Yeah.
With all of that, you guys leave and make your way through to the split cask on the other side of the city. Lorraine and Bellini, anything else you guys do before you meet up with your companions?
Nope.
No. No. I do want to snag ingredients to make like smoke bombs and like firecrackers. And less, so it's less destructive. I'm thinking like M80s versus the bombs I keep in my bag. So I'm talking like quarter sticks of dynamite versus a small, a couple grenades long enough to break holes in walls.
Yeah, I would say, are you proficient in anything that would allow you to make smoke bombs, is my question.
Herbalism, survival, what else am I proficient in? Hold on. There's a few. Hold on.
I'm just
fire
looking
magic.
at what everyone is proficient in. Thieves tools, smith tools. Wait, Geo's can smith? Good on Geo.
Yeah.
I would say
I will consult my fire spirits.
I would say because you're not a proficient in a specific tool, as in a kit, it would be the normal
Herbalism.
cost for herbalism is like antitoxins and potions of healing. You would need to be alchemist supplies or something along that nature.
Gotcha.
So all it would require is like performance checks, just straight,
Cool.
and then the cost would still be 30 gold. So it would cost you exactly
fine.
the same to buy it as to make it.
Cool.
But of course, if you buy it, then someone might be able to say who bought it, as in a total. But if you make it, then no one can.
Yeah, no, I'm
say.
gonna make it.
Okay. Do you want to make me a performance check
Yeah.
and mark off 30 gold for me?
Let's go. 19 plus 1, dirty 20.
I will let you flavor what this smoke bomb looks like, but you have been able to deliberately go to different like stalls or like a person who sells some like tinctures or powders, and you're going to like each individual shop to make sure that you can't be traced for the full thing. And then as you're maybe like sat waiting for the others to come to the split cask, you're just sort of tinkering away at what you've made. But yes, you have a smoke bomb.
Cool. And then I would like, and then can I attempt to make a small explosive? Something not as strong as the bombs that I carry.
I will say that you don't have a point of reference to. Make me an intelligence roll. Just straight.
Okay. Dice, brain made, don't fail me. Oh, that's good. That's an 18 on the die. Plus 0,
Okay.
18.
I would say.
Can I deconstruct one of my bombs?
I would
Can I use
say
that as my
if
point of
you want
reference?
to, you can. That's exactly the line of thinking I was thinking. If you want to, you can separate the big bomb that you have into lots of smaller ones. Because you don't know how to make one from scratch, you can improvise and make smaller versions of a bomb.
Yeah, do that.
Okay.
Cool.
Let me have a look at bomb. I'll take 3d6. Yeah, I'd say you can make 3 bombs that will do 1d6 fire damage, or
Great.
essentially you can split up the 3d6 of the damage into have it like
Great.
2, like 1 and 1, or 3, however you want to do it.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna split it into 3 smaller 1d6 fire bombs. And then I do have alchemist fire.
Okay.
I could just start setting buildings on fire. That's a good distraction.
A good portion of the buildings are stone, so they wouldn't burn.
I guess stalls.
There's a thing about living in a city that never has much cover from the very harsh sun that you're unlikely to build most structures from wood.
Okay.
Just in case anyone with a magnifying glass gets a little bit, intrigued.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Okay. You guys reconvene at the split cask. Geo, are you having any more scorpions today? Knowing that you have a job
Yes.
later. Okay. Okay. Can you make me a constitution save, please?
Yeah. Dirty 20?
Yes. You are fine as you manage to quickly crunch the scorpion down before it it poisons you. And obviously they are free because you have managed to do it.
Sweet. I'll stop at the one this time. I won't have more.
Okay.
Boo.
Boo. Okay. As you guys reconvene, I will say with all of this going on, it is evening. You have a couple, maybe 4 or 5 hours until you are to meet said person.
Well, how was your adventures?
Pretty good.
Solid. I got a lot of information.
Yeah.
The guy's name is Sephiroth. So
Interesting name.
yeah.
Well,
I don't-
it's Severus, but Sephiroth, but
Oh, Sephiroth.
good
I'm
to know.
sorry.
Good enough.
Yeah. There was some weird chanting that occurred in Latin. A glint of one wing. Yeah. Was able to get the information that one of the people that we're meeting tonight would be able to help us plan our distraction. So
Nice.
yeah. But yeah, that's what we were up to. Oh, and I kind of look around. Are we in a room or are we just at a table?
There's
Guessing we're
no
chilling
other
at the
rooms
table.
than just this dank basement.
Where do we sleep?
You have a separate
different
inn
end.
that you guys booked rooms.
Well, then I tell them about the bombs there when we're in private, not this dank basement.
Yeah, I mean that's down to you if that's what you want to do. I would say,
Yeah.
from what you guys have realized about the split cask, is a lot of very shady shit goes on in here, so it would just be part of the norm, even if you were to mention bombs. But you can wait until you guys retire to your inn.
Great. I do that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Making your way over to your meeting place, this sort of climb upward from the crowded market streets that you've become quite used to. There's sort of lantern-lit avenues with more of this hanging silk, and then very soon sort of flat sandstone rooftops connect with sort of narrow stone bridges across between each other. You can see what appear to be not all of them, but you'd guess maybe one of them is an observatory tower. There's some upper balconies. There's water channels that have been manifested as glimmering silver water beneath the now moonlight. And you can see some of the roofs have these brass domes on top of them. You would guess can retract to either give shade or hide them from the sun. You can see, as you guys move, music and conversation drift upwards from the lower portion of the city, and everything is a little bit quieter up here. As we're moving along, the wind catches a piece of loose fabric off of one of the laundry lines and sort of snaps it softly between the rooftops, and as you are reaching where you guys are meant to be meeting, you can see that it is a roof of a building. So with enough sort of navigating, you make your way up. There's like, on a lot of these buildings, there are steps on the side that you can just regularly access some of the roofs. And I would say Ku and Bellini, you both notice sort of a figure drop from a higher roof. And as they go to land, they sort of flicker a little bit and disappear. And then there's a pause, and then rolling across the ground, they reappear, almost like they skip or like jump from one portion to the next. But it's very much her form sort of glitches out of view, and then she's solid, sort of crouched as she walks closer to you guys. She's very young, like early 20s. You can see layered desert cloth and wrappings. It's definitely designed for agility rather than combat. There doesn't seem to be any form of armor. You can see like bronze climbing hooks on her belt and like knives strapped to her leg. Along the back portion of her, there are small cylindrical devices with stamped Nemesian markings, like these sigils. And she's got very dark hair that's braided all along the back of her head. One portion has been shaved off the side. You can see thin silver scars that run from her ear down to her neck. Her eyes, one of them is like a flickering glowing blue, and then the other one is just a standard like normal grey. And you can see that the blue sort of in the same portion glitches like she did. As she stands and goes to introduce herself, she moves her hand out to offer it towards Ku, naturally assuming, because you look the most like a, no offense, like a slight enough criminal. Her arm passes partially through part of the wall, and she looks almost like annoyed at it for a minute, before it phases back into reality, and then she offers her hand towards you. Can you make me an insight check for Ku?
Sure. 19.
Okay. You would guess the annoyance at what just happened is because she might not have full control over how that happens. They're sort of like, oh, for fuck's sake. Because the reason she paused was to make sure she was solid enough to shake your hand. But yeah, sort of offers her hand. Hi. Several said I'd be meeting some new people. You all definitely look new.
That would be us. And yes, we are quite new.
Right. I mean, cool. I don't have a problem with it. I guess he told you what you're here to do, right?
Escort you along the rooftops, and then be prepared if it goes to shit to step in.
She sort of nods her head. Yeah, I can get in. Getting out may be a bit of a problem. Cool. Yeah. As that's happening, you can see Geo. She looks over your shoulder, and as you turn to look, you can see Alistair is stood behind you. And she can definitely see him.
Wait, you see him?
Yeah, there's 5 of you, right?
There's 4 of us plus my magic hammer. Well, technically there could be 6 of us, but
What?
F waves.
yeah, that was the other one that I was counting was Eth.
Question. Is Alistar in the ethereal plane? What plane does Alistar
You don't know.
reside on?
You have no idea.
Can I see him?
You can't see him, so he's not in the ethereal plane.
Okay, great. That was a question. Because I needed to know if I could see him or not. with
No,
my
the
robe.
only time you guys have seen him is if he wants you to see him.
Gotcha. And he's not an invisible creature or object.
No.
Great.
Essentially, he's an aspect of Geo's consciousness at this point.
What do you mean there's 6 of us?
I was counting Eth and Alistar as the extra 2.
Yeah, the guy in the fancy, weird outfit.
Oh,
You
that's
can
just
see his imaginary friend.
Oh, is he imaginary?
he's
Sorry.
not imaginary.
I
no.
get that a lot. Maybe. Okay. Well, whatever. As long as you got my back, that's fine. Okay, cool.
He's not imaginary. He's real.
And she leaves the conversation. Just begins walking over. And as she does, she sort of looks over to the rooftops, sort of further on from where you guys climbed up. And in front of this building, there is what looks to be a manor house with a gated fence all around it. And you can see that there are construct guards, or people, you're not too sure, walking in between portions of it. There is what appears to be like a fully functioning lake or some swimming pool of some kind, maybe, with beautiful greenery and trees, and making each part of the fences, you can see strong stone pillars with runic symbols that glow every now and then. And as you look at them, you can see a vibrating wall that seems to ward this entire building. And she just kind of points at it. That's where we're going.
Okay. Well, lead the
Lead the
way.
way.
Okay. We will dive into heisting time. As she goes to sort of cross, you can see there's a small portion of the manor house that a portion of the rooftop that she has chosen almost touch, and in between that sort of shimmering, vibrating, translucent wall that you know is a ward of some kind. She takes a full run, and as she jumps through it, you watch as her body once again glitches through portions of the wall and then lands on the rooftop, the other side. As she does that, you watch a trail as soon as she hits the wall that then begins to open sort of a hole in the ward behind her, and you can see the small canisters on her back are glowing ever so slightly, leaving a trail of this blue shimmer behind her. And then motions at Ku to join.
I'll walk up and join.
Okay. Are you guys joining in?
Yes.
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 I'm gonna say no because if I get caught tonight, then that'll ruin my plan for tomorrow.
That is
So
adorable.
I'll just stay on the
you can
outskirts.
stand and make sure. Can I have athletics or acrobatics from the three of you, please?
Must you?
Yes.
That's a dirty 20.
23.
Thank you, the dice.
Massive.
11.
Rain Maid.
Okay. Describe to me how Bellini and Ku expertly jump across, and Lorea, how you almost fail, but one of them is going to catch you.
The experts can go first.
Okay. I think Ku, how are you is it more like flair, or is it just like brute relying on I don't know, something?
It's definitely more flair because I rolled acrobatics.
Nice. Very cool.
Yeah, I think it's like using like a grappling hook, catching on to a higher building and just swinging across.
I love that. That's cool.
And if I notice Larea starting to fall, I'll grappling hook her to pull her back up.
Very nice. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, Ku goes first, throws the grappling hook at this taller building off to one side, swings, lands, does the full parkour roll perfectly. Bellini, as you follow.
I plant my Staff of the Woodlands in the ground, and I balance on top of it using acrobatics, and it turns into a tree, and I very quickly use its momentum to rocket myself forward, and then turn it back into my staff and use it to fly over.
Oogway style shit. We love Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Larea describes to me what is the reason that she fails at this as Ku quickly reps that grapple to you and pulls you from the edge.
I think I sort of miscalculate one of my steps, and instead of like a full launch, I do a tiny, not a full slip, but like a tiny slip of the foot, like I lose my footing a little bit, and don't jump as far as I would like before I get grappled and pulled over.
Okay. Seeing all of this happen, you watch as Syria's just standing there with her arms folded, as each of you make, and then Larea, that happens, and there's like a little smile. She pulls up a scarf to make a mask, pulls up the hood of her sort of tan-colored jacket. No sleeves, obviously, because sleeves are bullshit. As she sort of goes into a cat-like posture, almost crouching, you watch as she puts a finger to her mouth, and shimmering, sort of glitching out from her, is this sort of twinkling blue motes of I don't want to say glitter because that's too party princess, but light just emanating from her. Can you all make me so I'm going to do a group stealth check, but you will have pass without a trace on you at the moment.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. My staff gives pass without trace, so.
So she is
then.
casting it for you. So as long as you stay near her, you will have it anyway.
Perfect.
Thanks to pass without a trace, I have a 20, but I rolled a fucking 5 on my stealth.
Okay.
I have
Ku, what did
not
you get?
rolled
Sorry, I
double
missed that.
digits.
Off of an 11 on the die, I have a 32.
Oh, amazing.
Jesus.
We love pass without a trace. And Bellini?
What passes plus 10? So that is a 22.
Perfect. And as you can see the rest of this estate, the Kazil Alve, the compound that you can now see that you saw before, this sort of interconnected structure with a vast central courtyard and a swimming pool. She sort of crouches very low and begins to move her way across the rooftop with the rest of you. Reaches a portion of the building that you can see is just a big opening that seemingly drops down further than you guys can. Maybe Bellini might be able to see the bottom. Looks over the edge and just launches herself, sort of vaulting down. And as she vaults, you see part of her glitch again. That is where we're going to end our session, with you guys sort of looking at this big drop as she vaults down to it. Yeah, that's where we're going to end. I hope you guys had fun so far. I'm looking forward to stealing some shit and the consequences of that next session. But until then, this has been my Wyrdcast, and say goodbye, guys.
Goodbye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Eternity's a gift, they say, to never across the veil. This life I try to savor, and I try to no avail. Curse that mortal brevity which has rent you from my arms. Curse this cold eternity without you to keep me warm. Your never-ending elegy is a ballad with no melody, as empty as I. Now you've passed me by. A blessing, no, a malady. Why do roses bloom in spring, only to wither and die? You were all that was good in me. Now back to darkness go I. Take with you my sanity, better madness than the pain of my want. All my effort is vanity, and I hear the ravens taunt. Your never-ending elegy is a ballad with no melody, as empty as I. Now you've passed me by. A blessing, no, a malady.